What's up, YouTube? Today I'm gonna be showing y'all a bodybuilding slash athleticism building slash quickness building workout. This is mainly athleticism and strength, but it's not really bodybuilding, but it can be for bodybuilding. Bodybuilding doesn't need like a specific thing to it when it comes to just regular people trying to sculpt their body. So we're starting off with a warm up. And we got these stretches, and we're just trying to get the blood flowing. We're not really doing like this. We're not getting into the resistant warm up set. That's why the incline bench is easier. It's just for blood flow. This is my first warm up set. This is the first lift we're going to be doing, but this is just a warm up set. So I'm doing bicep curls into reverse curls into this where you pull the bar to the top of your chest. The way this is different from doing these workouts separately and regularly because it causes more intent, so you have to try harder, and it also is a superset, so you have to all do them back to back. That's not really, that can be considered endurance building, but it's not really for endurance, even though a superset makes it seem like that. If you took it apart and did the workout separately, it's not going to give you more strength. So it's really just about building intent and pushing yourself and your muscles to do more work, and mostly your brain too. The neurological part of lifting plays a very big role in how strong you are. So you have to do things that are going to make you try way harder. That's why people that max jump and have super high verticals, that's why they're very lean and very built and stuff like that. And they're very strong because your nervous system has to be very powered to do stuff like that. And so after this, we get into one arm dumbbell presses or a single arm military press. You know how to do military press. I started incorporating these into my workout in replacement of a regular military press because I was watching this YouTuber named Martin Rios, and he was talking about unilateral training, and it really helps me. He was really telling the truth about what he was saying, because when you're using two arms in military press, not only are you letting imbalances get stronger and occur, but also it's never going to happen in a sports setting. So that's why I do the one arm. It gets you way stronger and way more sports specific. And for example, a stiff arm, a hard foul on a layup, you can play through it better if you have that single arm strength. Also gives you better strength when you're trying to have coordination. So let's say you're doing a left hand layup, then your strength to coordination combination will be better. It's low-key a bar. But now we're getting into these rear delt flies, and I put the handles, attach it to the cables, and then I grab the part of the handle by its wrap, I guess, and I grip that part instead of gripping the actual handle part, and then I just pull them. I put my arms across each other, so it makes it look like there's X is forming when I pull the cables, and then I do mine like that. This builds your rear delts, but this is more of an aesthetic thing, but it also helps your pulling strength. But yeah, I do these once a week. And then the one thing you want to keep in mind with this is to switch which arm is on top and bottom, and then also change your angle towards the machine, because it could be causing a different amount of pulling force between each arm, depending on how far you are away and stuff. So just move around a little bit. Next, I got plyometrics, and I'm doing these to build my 1 foot bounce, but also build my explosiveness. And I'm starting off with these one leg. I warmed up with some just regular unweighted one leg hops on the bench, and now I'm waiting for these step into it with the weighted ball, and I'm carrying it like this to simulate the movement of if I was to be jumping with a basketball. In a basketball, so I got a 6 to 8 pound ball, and a basketball is way lighter than that, so I will be overloaded, and that way when I actually will switch to a basketball, I will be stronger than if I was just practicing with it without weight. So, and then the reason I'm doing it like with carrying it like this is to practice the motion and the movement also of how I will bring the ball up. And being specific, like doing stuff sports specific is good. Specificity and being general is also good too. And I just did some one leg hops for extra volume. And now I'm getting into these weighted seated jumps. And these really do help 2-foot jumping and 1-foot jumping. Because when you lower into a jump, this is kind of what it feels like. When you lower, you're getting into like a position that's either half squatted or full or quarter squatted. So 1-foot jump will be quarter, half, 2-foot. But also it could range between that half to standing up, depending on how low you get. So doing the seated jumps kind of build the quick twitch, but mainly it builds like that hip explosiveness when you're extending, and it builds your core strength and stuff like that. So all these workouts are related to sports or athleticism in some way, but also it's obviously going to help sculpt your body too. And that's the beauty in training, like an athletic bodybuilder is what it's called. Mainly, phrase made famously by a YouTuber named Mario Rios, but that's what I kind of got this. It's kind of due to them that I got this way of training, but also by just researching myself and stuff too. And we're in with RDLs to build hamstring strength. Never neglect your hamstrings. And somebody with a 45-inch vertical, not me, but this dude named Zero Bounce, he always talks about hamstring training. Well, he used to when he made videos like this, and he always talked about how important it was to make sure your hamstrings are strong to jump high. So yeah, that's it in the video. I got other videos on stuff like this: vertical jump, basketball, weightlifting, and you keep tuning in.